Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here on this Thursday afternoon, the 1st of December, weather in 5, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, and Southwest Suffolk County on Long Island, and serving the entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut tri-state area. Remember, now the next focus of attention is going to be winter weather. You might need rock salt or snow ice melt products like Mag and Pelledo, and of course, maybe a new snowblower and anything else when it comes to making sure your home is clean and safe from snow and ice this winter. 631-756-1125 for the best prices anywhere. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. Well, a chilly day for sure as we look at the satellite loop late this afternoon. We've got some patchy clouds and a little bit of lake effect snow action going on in parts of upstate New York and northwest Pennsylvania. We've had a fair amount of sunshine, temperatures confined in the 40s. Remember, it's the 1st of December. The average high in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England is still roughly in the upper 40s to around or just over 50. So today is a below average day, and we probably have another one coming up for tomorrow. Not really worried too much about precipitation. It's mostly dry throughout areas east of the Mississippi River. Got some clouds down in Texas. And of course, we have snow action going on in the western part of the U.S. Here's the radar. You can see there's some lake effect in north central New York, north of Syracuse. Also seeing some snow showers up in New England, but the rest of the radars up and down the East Coast are nice and quiet. Going back across the Gulf states, also on the quiet side, a little action off the coast of South Texas, some snow around the Great Lakes, and as we said, out in the west, particularly in California, where some areas are getting heavy rains and heavy snows as well. As we check out precipitation over the next 7 days, we have the next cold front coming on Saturday. That looks to be on the order of maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch for most of the area. The amounts here, not very much, even down in the Gulf states, and not really looking at too much uh, across the Gulf states and in the Tennessee Valley and up the Appalachians, generally a tenth to a quarter of an inch. Then on the day three, and day three takes us to Saturday night to Sunday night, nice and dry up and down the eastern seaboard with another one of these cold fronts going by, which means another shot of cold, of chilly, dry air that comes in behind it. Total 7-day rainfall amounts look to be on the order of a half to three-quarters of an inch. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say, I have to get out of the habit of saying rainfall amounts, liquid precipitation amounts, because it's December. And some of this in New England, for example, might be snow. But there's another front that's going to probably come through on Wednesday. And when you put that together, we're looking at about a half to three-quarters of an inch, maybe some higher amounts up in Maine. Also, you could see some rather large amounts in total across the Tennessee Valley to the lower Mississippi Valley, anywhere from three-quarters of an inch to as much as 2 to 3 inches being indicated in eastern Tennessee and southern Kentucky. And you see all the action out in the west. A lot of that is snow, big snows in the Sierra Nevadas, big snows continuing in parts of the Cascades. Also in the northern Rockies and down into western Colorado, high probabilities of snowfall of magnitude. Looking at here, the probability of at least 4, and you're seeing some rather high areas of 80 to 90% probability in the Sierra Nevadas, and again up in the northern Rockies in particular. And this has been ongoing, by the way, so this is on top of what has already fallen. So overall, it's still in this sort of wash, rinse, repeat mode that we've been in. We've had cold front after cold front coming through every 2 days or so nothing really has changed there. We have our high that'll be moving overhead tonight. Whatever wind that's around should start to ease during the overnight period, setting us up for what should be a nice day on Friday with sunshine and temperatures in the 40s. You see that next low in northwest Kansas, snow in Colorado, on up into Wyoming and into the Dakotas. The low races northeast to Lake Superior. The cold front starts to pick up some moisture as it approaches on Saturday, and we'll have some showers coming in during Saturday morning. With any luck, they should be out by late afternoon. It'll be raining all the way up into Maine, all the way down south into North Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. The front goes away, and then another shot of chilly, dry air behind it for Monday into Tuesday. And then we see uh, get another cold front, as we said, probably along about next Wednesday as a low comes out of the southern plains and runs up to western New York. It's behind this front that we could see something a bit more in the way of cold air. We've been talking about this blocking pattern that is developing, and that is indeed the case. In fact, I just want to point out that when we have blocking patterns here, sometimes the block is too strong. And in this particular case on today's run, you can see where the next low goes late next week. It goes southeast of the Carolinas and brings snow to the mid-Atlantic states, Virginia, North Carolina, if that winds up being real, which it may very well be. Sometimes if you get a block that's too strong, you wind up being cold and dry, and everything winds up passing out to the south. But this is, of course, way early in the game here, and just pointing out that blockiness that we're going to see developing is probably going to hang around for quite a while. Weather in 5 is brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. So we'll leave you with the U.S. satellite view late this afternoon. And remind you that the Joe and Joe Weather Show is on tonight at 7:35 Eastern Time. We hope to see you then.